Hey, this is Kent over at Zamplo, and in today's video I'm going to be highlighting a new filter that we've added to Zamplo, and that is a wildcard filter for zoning code. And so when I say wildcard filter, what that means is that you're going to be able to search for a specific zoning code or something that matches a certain part of a zoning code. And so first things first, when we're adding a filter in Zamplo, that's always going to start at the export data page in the top left here. And then this filter is going to be in the classification section down in the bottom right, and we're going to check off zoning. So the reason this is a wildcard filter and not just a drop down is really because zoning is controlled at the county and even sometimes at the city level. And so the exact zoning code can vary by location. So having a simple drop down that might work for every state and every county is just, it's not possible. And the rules of what might be allowed in one county versus another based on zoning code can differ. So you do need to know a little bit about that county and what you're going to be allowed to do under certain zoning codes. And if your goal is, for example, to be able to find parcels or vacant land that you can put a manufactured home on, you need to know the zoning codes that allow for that. So we're going to use North Carolina and Franklin County as an example today. And the reason I'm picking this county, will say, okay, we're looking for things maybe up to, 1.5 acres. We want empty lots only, owner type person, etc., etc. Now we get to the zoning code area. So you can do this in two ways. You can match the zoning code that you're looking for, or a part of the zoning code that you're looking for, or you can also exclude. So if there's a certain zoning code that you absolutely know in certain counties you want to stay away from, they're just no-go zones, you don't want to build there at all, that's something that you can do as well. But in this particular county, there's some key zoning codes for that example of manufactured homes. So to allow for manufactured homes on these parcels, they're permitted by right. So the following codes are AR, which is agricultural residential. It's residential 80, which is R80, and residential 30, R30. So these are the ones where you are allowed, it's permitted by right to put a manufactured home on it. And then there's going to be some other zoning codes where there are some restrictions. You might have to get some sort of special permit in order to put this manufactured home on it. So we're going to focus on the ones that are permitted by right in those zoning codes. So when entering the zoning code, though, one thing to note is to make things even more complicated, certain counties can add a precursor in front of that zoning code. And so what I mean, for example, is if we go to this county in this area right here, the zoning actually says FCO R30. And that's just standing for Franklin County R30 in this scenario. So not every county might do that. Again, it's county specific. This is controlled at the county level or even sometimes at the city limits or township level. But R30 is there, so that's important. So if I was just to put R30 just like this and hit plus, it's probably going to return 0 because this is saying it needs to exactly match R30. So what I'm going to do, I can do one of two things. Now that I know it's FCO R30, I can enter that in. Or I'm going to go and put percentages around what I'm looking for. So percentage R30 percentage. And that's basically saying it's going to include anything that includes R-30 there. So I would enter that in, and it's going to narrow that down. I'm also going to add percentage R80 percentage and percentage AR percentage. So this will now include anything that has those in there, and now we have a really hyper-focused list based on the zoning code where we know that a manufacturer will be allowed and permitted by right in this scenario. So then we would export these parcels, and then at the next stage, you're going to be able to decide what data you want to include in the export as you normally would. Now, the zoning code, that's going to appear under this, where are we? Hold on, I had it 1 second ago. Here we go. So it's under the land use section. So if you are creating your own export options, just know it's under the land use section. And then here's an example export that I had here is where we can go back to this, and up at the top, we can see the zoning codes and then also some more data in terms of the land use of what it's currently being used by for the county. A lot of these are just going to show up as vacant and vacant land general, but then, you can go to any one of these and select these, and it would open up that parcel within Zamplo. And again, you can always go spot check the zoning in these areas here as well by going down to this area and seeing it down below as well. So another way just to get more hyper-focused and specific on the type of parcels that you're looking for. Again, this is county dependent. Different counties might not even report zoning at all. It's possible some counties aren't filling that out, but a good majority of them will. And this is something that will help you be more targeted. So as always, if you need a hand, if you have questions, if you want to talk through a specific example or use case, let me know. I'm happy to hop on a call.